Sync up.
And then I'll be all like...
And then I'd be all like...
Wait, I forgot my phone. I'll be back.
Wait, okay.
All right, we should
Oh my god.
Welcome, everybody, to week 6 of the CTRL+S Podcast. We're officially over a month.
No, isn't it 7?
No?
Where have you been,
it's
Cal?
It's week 5 was last week. It's week 6 currently.
Okay.
Which means that we've officially passed over a month. I think, like, last episode was... like a month or almost a month. It was 5 weeks, which is pretty incredible that we've been doing this consistently for over a month. But anyway, for our welcome all guests, returning and new, this is the weekly check-in podcast. You know, we've all got animation projects, you know, filmmaking projects that we're working on. Check in once a week, make sure that we're actually, you know, like doing stuff. Today we're joined by Evmations. Everyone give a hand.
Yeah.
No,
So,
I don't want to.
Okay. Damn.
He could have said anything right then.
That was cold. But yeah, Evmations, who are you?
I'm some animator that's
Wow.
been doing this for like a few years now. I first was in. I'd say I like my. Like the main thing that like made me start was probably just like Enchanted Mob and stuff, like
Classic.
a lot of other people. I have this like I guess the right word to call it is like a project of mine, which is just Evmation Studios, which is just like where I do like my more long-term projects, and I've been doing that for a while now to get experience with leadership and just like managing that kind of thing. And it's been going pretty well so far.
Has that been like a consistent thing, or is it kind of been on and off?
It has been surprisingly consistent. I've been basically like pretty much since I like first did like ever since I first finished like the first music video, it's been like very consistent in terms of like actually working on stuff, which is really like it's just really surprising for me because I'm usually really bad at it, but I've like I've managed to like get something down, and that is something I'm really proud of myself for.
Nice. You say that like you said that like you're usually bad at that sort of stuff. Does that imply does that imply that you've done animation outside of the Evmations YouTube channel? Did anything like come before that or alongside it?
Yeah, I had before the channel I have now, I had another channel that was Wolf VR, which was just like it was still like the same exact like kind of content for the most part. There's a lot of things I did like before Minecraft animation, like this is gonna be fun. So before I like went into Blender, right? My first step in animation was this app called Stick Nodes.
I know.
Where you would animate like where you just like animate like stick people, and that was in like 2018 when I was like 9 or something.
That's so
and then
goofy.
at some point I got into Roblox animation around the same time as Blender, and then I started Blender in like 2019, very on and off, and then in around late 2020 I like really like started to get into it.
And was that like the point of no return? It was around 2020. You're like, oh, this is here
Definitely.
to stay. Are any of those like old animations still like accessible? Like, because I know like a lot of people. Damn, really? Hold on. Do you think you could like find those? Because like I
can send the link to the channel.
Hell yeah! Because like, I know a lot of people have like their oldest animations or their oldest projects are simply just non-existent anymore. They've been banished to the ether.
Yeah.
I know that's the case for me because I started out with Minimator like back in 2015, like super long time ago, and I was working on this crappy ass laptop from like the early 2000s, and one day it just stopped working. It just broke, and all of the files were unrecoverable. So I have a ton of Minimator projects that I worked on for weeks at a time that are just inaccessible, that are just gone forever. So hold on to this forever. I find great value in archiving stuff.
Yeah, that's very fair. I agree. Archiving is really cool. But yeah, I've been I trying to think of what I can talk about now.
Talk about your
what are
place
you doing
in.
currently?
Talk about your political stance.
Oh my God.
Democrat, Republican,
what do you-
which is your favorite?
Exactly.
Personally, I think Joe Biden is very
Old.
Young.
Dude, he's still got like a solid 5 years left in him. Damn.
hey, that's enough. That's just enough for another term.
Dude, I think he probably actually is gonna die the next term, but that's that'd be something. Speaking of politics, let's talk about King Charles III's coronation. That happened.
Why?
Oh yeah.
Did that inspire you, Synth?
What?
Guys, the queen
Yes,
died, you know?
The queen did die. The queen died.
Wait, what?
Yeah, September 8th of, I forgot what year, 2022.
Oh man.
But yeah,
man.
King Charles got coronated. What do you guys think of that?
What does coordinated
crazy.
mean?
It means he's
Yeah, what does-
officially made the king. So he wasn't made the king like the instant the queen died. I guess there was a period where they have to like do a whole bunch of wacky stuff. I'm not entirely certain what, but I think it was yesterday or earlier today. He was coronated. They put the shiny hat on his head, and he was like, "Okay, guys, here's your new king, King Charles III."
Oh, that is crazy. I miss Big Lizzie.
I do too. I really do as well.
You know, besides my one Twitter edit I made.
Fun fact about
Oh,
the queen dying. Did you know the queen died on the anniversary of my YouTube channel?
That's it.
She did.
She really did.
She died in the middle of my like video production class.
Oh,
I think she also died like the day of Splatoon 3's release date. Very convenient timing.
Dude, she missed Splatoon 3?
She did. Yeah, I guess she was just so excited she suffered a cardiac arrest.
Oh man, that's a bit. That's quite unfortunate.
Damn. So it looks like on the Wolf VR, once you hit 400 subs, you'll live stream watching other people's vids and talking about criticizing them. In parentheses, stolen from Andy BTTF. Oh man, we're getting kind of an exclusive preview here because on 500 subs, you are to do a Q&A. But it looks like we're
Oh, yeah.
you haven't reached 500 subs yet. 600 is more assets.
I did that on my current channel too, and I'm currently at 566, and I've just been procrastinating on it for like the past like few months at this point.
Oh shit.
I think
Wait,
it might just never come.
Never mind.
What?
Man, screw you guys.
Oh, 700 subs is animate your comments. That's sick.
Ooh.
800 subs is more assets again. Dude, you already did that. Brother. Come on. 700 subs is I'll make a tutorial about the most requested thing nobody has ever done yet, or if any other topics are outdated. What does that mean?
I mean, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Like,
It's pretty
something
cut and
that
dry.
something that no one's made a tutorial on, but people want a tutorial
Hey
of.
guys, do you think we can have a podcast sometime where we just simply comment on the current Crazy Cars live stream?
Maybe
That's
the next
true.
one. Oh yeah, the next episode is gonna be pretty wild and wacky. It's not gonna really follow the same format because we can't. Because I'm gonna be going on vacation. So next episode, a little preview.
Oh, yeah.
We're hopefully gonna be interviewing a lot of, or well, not necessarily interviewing, but featuring just general members from the Control-S community. They'll be able to talk about whatever they want. It can be, their projects, or it could not be their projects. But yeah, each member is gonna talk for 10 minutes at a time about any subject they see fit. I think it's going to be a fun time. I think it's going
And
to be
if
pretty
they
epic.
keep talking after 10 minutes, we kill them.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that'll be like the bit is that I will I'll set it, huh?
No, here's what we do. We set a random timer, and if they go over the timer, we kill them, but we don't tell them how long the timer is. But if they end too soon, we also kill them.
Hey guys, Mr. Beast here at the new challenge.
If they go over the timer, general purpose Bob joins the group chat.
Oh shoot.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, I think that'll be pretty awesome. Oh my god. Hey, for all you audio
I think you
listeners
went
out
over the
there.
timer. I think you went over the timer.
Oh no, general purpose. Oh no, what am I gonna do? General purpose bomb is back.
Wacky.
So anyway, Ev, what have you been working on currently? There was like a little brief history of where you came from, and where you go. So, do you have anything that you're working on currently?
Yes, I'm currently in the late stages of a music video of the Living Tombstones remix of Epoch, or Epic, as some people like to call it. But I think Epoch is the objectively better pronunciation.
Very epic.
I've been working on it since I think about December at this point.
Damn.
And it's a sequel to my previous one, Gonna Pretend, and it's I don't think there's much to say about it that's like interesting story wise, but but production has been quite an experience for me, because this was the first project that was really like a team thing, and it's been I think this project in particular is really has really helped me with like leadership and stuff, because I was like really bad at that before. I've been getting a lot better with stuff like writing and stuff, or just like general like process. Because like I actually have like proper like screenplays now for things, but before I just like
You got like a whole pipeline established.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I've been just like slowly refining that for a while, and I just find that like really like, I don't know if enjoyable is the right word, but like interesting, I guess.
No, yeah.
It's like for the for the first video I did, I didn't have like a proper like screenplay. What I did was I just like I'd get a Google Doc. I'd get a Google Doc, and I just like write down timestamps and then just like what was supposed to happen there, and I based the whole video off of that, and it was one of the worst decisions of my life.
Yeah. Visual cues are definitely extraordinarily important. Like,
yeah.
what size of team are you working with?
I currently now I think my team's at about like 30 people. Although I wouldn't say all of them are active. I'd say only like half are active. But it has still been a huge help, especially because I'm just really slow at working on stuff. Like my first two videos that were mostly solo took 9 and 10 months respectively. Mm-hmm. This is looking to take actually, wait, let me do the math.
Crunching numbers out here.
This is looking to take about 7 or 8, which isn't a huge improvement, but I think animation-wise it definitely is, because now I have a lot more. This is still gonna technically take longer, but that's only because I'm just not like I'm like trying to put more time into like making sure it's good, because I made the mistake of not doing that.
Quality rather than simply just getting it done.
Yeah, because I made that mistake with my last video, even after like pouring tons of time into it, and it turned out, I was really upset with how it turned out. So I'm just like, stuff's been getting done a lot faster, but I think polishing it is making it still take like about the same time, and I'm still okay with that, because it just comes out with like a much better result.
Mm-hmm. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's all good.
So I would assume that like, oh, sorry, you can go ahead.
No. Comic, if you need to go so bad.
No, Comic, you can say what you wanted to say. Go ahead.
You can say what you want. Go ahead.
I was like barely paying attention.
Go ahead, Comic.
Thanks. I appreciate your enthusiasm.
Yay!
Thanks for being in the podcast.
So
Yeah.
I would assume that most of the work that people are doing is on a volunteer basis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I do not make money. I do not make money from any of this.
Of
I
course.
can send you like 50 cents through PayPal if that works.
Yeah, you've got money now. But I wanted to ask, how do you manage that? Because of course, with the team that you would pay people for, you kind of have more, I would guess, authority. I know some people in the Minecraft animation sphere say to hell with that. You know, they form a team and then they run it like they're paying people, which I guess there's not really anything necessarily explicitly wrong with that. No, Karen, I think you do. You do it really well. You're genuinely a very, very good director. But I know some people get really into the mentality that you work for me. This is my team. But I don't know. You don't seem like the kind of dictatorship type of person. So how do you balance making sure that everybody, I guess, would feel included in a volunteer team? You know, how do you make people excited to work on the project? Because, you know, nobody wants to just be bossed around.
Usually I'm just like, I mean, I'm still, I don't want to say it like I'm really confident in how I do it, because I'm still not great at it. But usually I'll just like, I mean, it kind of depends. Sometimes it's just like I'll just like be in a VC with a friend, and like they'll just like be willing to like pick up something, and that's like, oh, like that. I think that's been at least like a portion of like the like outsourced work that's been done for this video. But yeah, I think my main thing is I just usually end up just like just pinging most of the team and being like, hey, anyone want to do this? And I try to not be like, I don't like being like super like strict on stuff. I just try to like ask like for progress like every like week or so, and like sometimes it gets done, sometimes it doesn't, and I'm not gonna be like upset at someone for that, because I understand like it's like it's a volunteer thing, and it's like whatever, you know.
It sounds like the way that you get people on your team in the first place is pretty interesting. You mentioned that you most of the time just sit in voice calls and screen share progress on what you're working on, and you kind of wait for people to express interest first. So like it's like they say, wow, that looks really cool. Is there any way I can get in on that? Rather than soliciting in DM saying, you want to join my animation team.
Yeah, no, I'm not the kind of person to like, I'm not the kind of person to just like ask someone like,
team?
yeah, usually
Oh my gosh, Michael Langley DM.
Oh my goodness. Shout out Langley, by the way.
Shout out
I actually
Langley.
got most
Sorry.
I got most of my team members from I just simply put the application in the description of like my last video, because that's when I really wanted to like ramp up the whole team thing. So that's how I got a majority of them. Other times, yeah, it'll just simply be I'll just show something of it, or just like there will be some mention of me having a team, and someone will just be like, "Hey, I would have joined."
That's cool.
I think that happened with Zinth, actually.
Can you confirm?
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
literally the second I unmuted somebody called.
Okay. No worries.
Did you guys hear Sinister?
No.
No, we
Oh.
didn't hear anything.
Sinister, that's a Michael reference. Shout out Langley, by the way. But no, like the way that you approach recruiting people for your team, I think is probably a really good example of how it should be done. Because I think I mentioned this very briefly before on a previous episode, but the meta for soliciting work has kind of changed between like early 2017, 18 type shit, where people would be like, oh, can you make an intro for me? Or, oh, can you make a thumbnail? Of course, it still exists, but I thought it was super interesting that it has switched to, do you want to join my animation team? But I get that a lot. I get a lot of people like sending me fucking Google Forms in the DM saying, hey, do you want to join my animation team? But they really don't have anything to show for it. Whereas you kind of make the product first. You make something that you can display, and that's what draws people in. So
I'm
already have an
definitely a big
example.
believer in like I'm definitely a big believer in like if you're like, especially if you're doing a volunteer thing, it's like you can't just like get people to like the only way you're gonna get something done with a volunteer team is like if people are excited for it. I remember someone said that before. I don't remember who, but I'm quoting someone. But yeah, I definitely think that's like that is a big like part in like my way of thinking. I'm not looking to I think like if you're gonna do something with a volunteer team, you kind of need people to like be it. Like you need to get people like in on it like with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the way you
Honestly,
do it is really
you might be
interesting.
quoting me there.
I think it might be.
Maybe, but I think the way that you're doing it is really interesting too, because you're kind of naturally attracting the people that would want to be a part of your projects, right? Like you're kind of like filtering out the demographic naturally, because people who look at it and who want to be a part of it just already will look for a way. It's not like you're casting the largest net possible by like soliciting in DMs. I think it's a very natural way to approach it.
Yeah,
I commend you for that, because like the reason that I'm asking all this, or like why I think it's super interesting to have you on as well, is because I want to form a volunteer team very soon too. I've recently purchased this really goofy YouTube channel.
Shut up.
But no, like it's to talk with somebody who already has experience, running a volunteer team as well. Because like the idea that I want to do is I also want to make projects that a lot of people are excited to work on. And I think the tactic that I would want to go for is making sure that everybody has the opportunity, like equal opportunity, to contribute as much creatively as they want. At least for the music videos. There's another like project that I want to do that is going to be paid, that is going to function like a regular animation team. But alongside those, or before that project eventually, with these music videos, is I kind of want it to be a collaboration with the entire production team. I want to have like group writing sessions where everybody can pitch in their ideas, or like the script will be open to suggestions all the time. Or like storyboards will be like very vague and open to interpretation, so you can kind of make of it what you interpret. I don't know. I think like that would be a really fun thing to work on.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And definitely when it comes to like volunteer teams, I personally do think those are like pretty much like really harder to run compared to like a paid team. Unless you're working with friends, I honestly think just working with like really close friends is like the way to go, especially in volunteering. That's what I did for like a few years, and I personally believe that's always treated me well, because usually when you're just working with friends, you already kind of have like a mutual respect, and it's kind of like you help me, I'll help you kind of thing, which I always think is like a really super powerful thing, especially for like two people who are just generally good animators. If they help out each other, I think that's what's really good about this side of the community, is just the willingness to help and be a part of someone else's something.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
what I'm
them-
super shocked about too.
Yeah, and then them willing to turn around to also help you back. I think that's amazing, and that's one of the things I'm definitely most thankful for.
Yeah, it's incredible seeing just like how many small animation teams there are. As silly as I do think the soliciting in DMs want to join my animation team kind of is, it works, which is wild. It's crazy that you actually can wrangle together a team of people who just want to work on something for free because they love contributing to it.
And honestly, it's really cool because you get like that kind of relationship where like you both people are getting like somebody's getting a video on no budget out of it, like somebody's getting to create something that they've been wanting to do, and on the other hand you have people who are getting to work on something and getting experience and being able to like build a portfolio out of it.
Right. Or getting feedback too.
Yeah.
Because I attribute most of what I've learned to just like posting my stuff up in Discord servers, like the Examination server especially. I used to be so active in the Examination server back in the day, and I would constantly post everything I was working on in there, and I would get really, really good notes. And I think like that is probably one of the biggest benefits of these animation teams, is that you have so many like influences from like so many people who have such similar interests.
Yeah, especially I do think it does definitely take like a pretty good leader to be able to run volunteer teams, but it really does make it easier just with a lot of the community's backing and everyone just being very much open and willing to help each other. It's really something powerful.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
You don't really see that much anywhere else, in my personal opinion.
No, it is really hard to find an example where you have this strong of like a mutually building community.
Yeah, because I feel like a person like where I can like wake up and I can just be like, if I need something, I can almost count on like one of my friends being completely down to do that, and I think that's awesome.
Almost, he says.
It is.
Right. I'm super excited to be able to contribute to that kind of feeling again.
Yeah.
But yeah, and Ev, I think you're doing great work demonstrating what this this community is capable of as well. So I think I think I also kind of wanted to ask, do you see animation as a hobby, or do you eventually want to turn it into your career? Is this your main passion, or do you think this is only something that you're going to be working on the sidelines?
You know what? I've been thinking a lot about that recently, and I can't give a definitive answer. I mean, I still got quite a bit before I even have to like think about college or anything. So I've been wanting very recently. I've been thinking a lot about like trying to branch out into like different art forms and stuff, and just like see what sticks. Mm-hmm. I've definitely been like I've been doing this for like quite a while now, and I have been like really I've been it's basically been like the main thing I've been doing for like at least like 2 years now. So I mean I don't want to say like definitively, but I think there's a very good chance that I probably will just end up doing this as like a career. I have been really enjoying it.
Do you have like any other interests that are sticking out currently, like any other passions, or is it purely something that you just want to explore?
I don't really have anything else that's like nearly to the degree of what I have going with like what I'm doing now currently. I think definitely I want to I do want to explore though like the more stuff like this, like 2D art or something like that.
Mm. What about directing? Is that something that you see in the foreseeable future as kind of?
You know what? That is I think definitely. I have been like I think I've been kind of I think I like one of my favorite parts about like doing stuff, or like doing these kind of projects is just like writing. Mm-hmm. I don't know about directing in particular, but I have been having a ton of fun with like just like writing stuff, and I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up becoming like a bigger part of what I do like later on down the road. I don't think like what I'm doing now in particular really lets that shine though. I mean I'm thinking like
FNAF
I'm thinking videos. Like after my current project I'm thinking after my current project I definitely want to like I definitely want to like explore other things, because I think I've been kind of bogged down by just like I think I just like I'm too like I don't want to say like strict on myself, but it's like I just end up like try not to start anything like solo really, just because that's like that kind of just like hurts getting something done, and I'm like really strict on myself about like getting stuff done.
Yeah,
I really want to like explore more stuff. Yeah, I definitely want to try and get into more like original stuff and try writing something from scratch and just like see how that goes.
Mm-hmm. Currently you're using like FNAF animations as a basis. Is that something that you like are passionate about? Is that something that you do feel like you can bring a fair bit of originality to?
Yeah, I think the potential's definitely there. I think I've definitely been lacking in doing that, and I think that's part of the reason why I've been just like wanting to get away from it for a bit, because I have struggled to like make it as original as I really wanted it to be. It's still really fun to me, obviously, because it's still been like. I still like, it's just really cool to me to be able to do this after like being inspired by like so many other artists after like years and years. I have been a fan of like music videos and stuff like at least since I was like 7 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I definitely I like music videos, but I don't think I'll like necessarily end up sticking with them for much longer.
Yeah,
that's understandable.
Plus, I definitely think your potential can go elsewhere as well. I definitely do think you have the creativity. I think one thing, like if you're able to start getting on like I would say a faster schedule, I would say you would probably be able to bump out some really good quality stuff. I mean, I've seen your animation itself just has been improving a lot over the past few months. Because I will be, like, completely honest. Like, during, like, when Afton Files was a thing, Zinth actually recommended you as an animator, and I refused immediately after seeing your work. But I would say, like, if I was given that decision now I would accept you with where you are.
I still think denying Ev was a terrible decision. Even back
then. I wouldn't even take it, honestly. I'm really bad at it.
now you have no association with fake turnip, so...
I saw the application and I just did it. I refused to apply because I'm really bad at like getting like long stuff for like other people done. It's just like in general, I'm just really bad at getting long stuff done in general. That's why I was like talking about how surprised I am I've been able to finish all these music videos. Because I'm usually like I'm really bad at it in like any other length of thing.
I'm hoping this will be a turning point, because I have recruited you for the new Crown Pixel team, which I wanted to ask about FNAF for a specific reason, because after I did officially like acquire the channel yesterday. And I was going through the statistics, seeing what kind of audience I'm inheriting. And I looked through the audience searches, like what searches from the audience drive the most traffic to the currently existing videos. And here, I'm gonna read them out as they follow. So the top searches for the Crown Pixel YouTube channel are FNAF song, Among Us song, FNAF songs, Five Nights at Freddy's song, Huggy Wuggy song, Freddy song, and It's Been So Long. So, so like I think it is in my best interest to make something Five Nights at Freddy's maybe at least once. But the thing is that like I don't really have any motivation to make anything Five Nights at Freddy's related. I've got like zero ideas of how to make a Five Nights at Freddy's music video specifically unique and like worth checking out. So if you have any suggestions on what that could be, I'm all ears, because I think that would do tremendous works to reviving the channel.
I actually wanted to talk to you about that, Red, real quick, because like
sure.
Just because I remember mentioning to you like in the call when we were like going over that, like if I was gonna have the opportunity, if I wanted to do one last video, which was going to be like a conclusion type Five Nights at Freddy's video. So like, yeah, I do want to talk at some point, you know, if I am able to specifically do that or not. I do think that's a convo we should have privately at some point.
Yeah, definitely. I think as long as it like fits the brand consistency as well, you know, because I want us to come back with a bang. But yeah, that's definitely something we can talk about privately or on a future episode that might make some pretty decent content.
Anyway, speaking of privacy, shall we get into our goals?
Yeah.
Wow. Thanks for taking my line in the middle of me speaking, Comic.
I think we need to bring back the talking stick.
I think we need to bring back the talking stick.
This is why I don't speak in these podcasts anymore.
Good.
No, you bring a good point. I think it is. Oh. Okay.
Okay, guys. Down one member. Here we go.
But you do bring up a good point. I think it is time to get into our goals.
Yeah, I bring up a good point, don't I?
Comic Cyrus, would you like to go first? What have you been doing over the past week?
Yeah, would you like to go first, Comic?
Shut up!
I have. So, would you mind reading my goals out to me again? I do believe I know what they are this time.
Yeah, hold on.
They were the same as last time.
They were the same as last week. I didn't write them down, dude. I was not able to work on editing the podcast like all week, so that's why this episode came out a day late. It's because I stayed up until 7 a.m. I did not sleep. I did not go to sleep until 7 in the morning, but I've got them here.
All right.
Okay, Comic. What you wanted to do is you wanted to finish the plot outline. You wanted to finalize that one character you had left and revamp the intro song.
Okay. So, what I did this week... Oh my goodness. What I did this week was... So, first of all, regarding the goal that I did... The actually written goal that I did complete, or kind of complete, is I've been talking to the man himself, the music man, Michael Langley. Shout out Langley.
Shout out Langley, by the way.
Shout out Langley. I have been working, and I think it was just yesterday, he started sending me in some ideas he had for the intro song, and we were working a lot today on it. In fact, I was DMing him about it during the podcast, and yeah, we're getting some pretty good progress on the intro song, so that's really awesome. And on another term, as far as the character I need to flesh out, that I decided I was going to put off a bit and refocus my priorities to instead finishing up all like the designs and stuff for the characters that I do have better ideas for. So I just right before the podcast, like up into the last minute, I was in a prod call with my character design team, and we were working out I believe 5 of the designs, and I think we're pretty much there with most of those. After the podcast, nice. I'm probably gonna hop back into a call there, if anyone can make it, and probably work on colors, and then after that, I'm probably ready to hammer out a bunch of the skins. And then we can start doing some fun, cool stuff.
Nice, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
sounds exciting.
That's where I am. That's what I've been up to this week. Most of that stuff has been in like the past 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
I have it is a massive blank on what I was doing earlier this week. I genuinely do not remember.
We can circle back to it.
I think I was playing a lot of Jackbox, so...
I mean, I guess that's like morale
I think I'm
boosting.
pretty done. So, yeah, that's what I've been up to. I'm excited.
How about you, Zinth?
I don't remember.
What about you, Zen?
Yeah.
What about you,
How about you? What have you been doing?
Like, nothing, I think.
All right,
Wait,
never
I have
mind.
been
How
doing
about you,
stuff.
Ev?
No, you've been up to some stuff, Sid. You've been up to some
You've been
stuff.
I don't remember.
The last week has just been a blank.
Wait, I kind of remember a little bit. Okay, I made 2 things that are notable. One of them I hate, one of them I love. I'm gonna show the one I hate first to get it out of the way. I made this thing.
All you audio listeners out there, it is Zinth's character with he's winking at the camera and he's making a heart with his tails.
You explaining
Sorry.
it just made it like 10 times worse, Red.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sorry about that one.
He's also in a dark room, standing on top of a bed with flower petals on it.
What? No, I am not.
Also,
would not have a
obligatory reiteration for all those audio listeners out there. There's going to be an Imgur album link in the description with all of the images. Or for those who can't look at the images at the moment, you can recap in the description. So you're not if you want to see this render, which is hot as shit, by the way, you can find it.
Man,
Okay.
what if I don't want to look at it?
Too bad. Continue.
Okay.
Zinth.
Anyway, the one I was a little more pumped to show, this one. I am insanely happy with this.
Rainbow Road.
I wouldn't say it's like my best work, but it's definitely up there.
It's really good.
It
is very solid.
I am
Did I-
insanely happy with how it looks.
Yeah, I love
audio
how you did the
listeners out
glass
there.
shattering on that.
Zinth is running on the Rainbow Road from Mario Kart and shattering through another Rainbow Road. He's also saying gay rights. I love gay people.
What? No, I'm
Also,
not.
the rainbow looks more like a pan flag.
It
What?
does actually. It kind of does.
Does it?
A little bit.
I kind of
I see it. I do see it.
It's got
Man,
similar
this reminds me,
colors.
we should
I don't
get
think
Mr.
they're in
Bass on the
same
podcast.
order, but-
No,
We
we
should.
We really got to get Wolf in on this
Oh my
podcast.
Oh god.
If
Okay,
he can make it to the community episode.
Okay, I haven't.
We'll be awake for it.
Besides this, I haven't done too much. One thing I know I did do, or am actually doing right now, is I'm working on a version of my model that is this thing. And I think it's really cool looking so far.
I mean, it looks awesome so far, yeah.
For all you
Thank
audio
you.
listeners out there, it's going to be Zinth's model wearing a vest, a crop top vest, and short shorts and thigh highs.
He's not
Wait.
wrong this time.
I did not exaggerate anything this time.
And I did quite a cool thing. I'm gonna
I
do a
don't-
thing with this. I'm gonna change the colors and stuff, but I made the ears and also gonna make the tails like glass.
I do think you should probably not show the cleavage, though.
What?
No, I think that's okay. I mean,
Wait,
Yeah,
hang
I
on. The
gotta
glass
stop.
ears kind of look cool, though.
Yeah, they do.
Bro, a Jolly Rancher.
Oh my god.
I have a great render idea. I have a fantastic render idea.
Well, they literally look
Spit.
like Jolly Ranchers. These
Here,
are-
hold on.
I know,
I'm
right?
just gonna type in the chat.
Ooh. That would be really, really, really
Awesome.
hard to make.
But
Ah.
possible.
Would it be worth it?
I was actually gonna say just Zenth eating one of his ears.
Yeah,
That
I'm
would-
just
that would
saying.
also be
First,
pretty
it was
cool.
first
Okay,
it was
but
like
Red,
the
you-
gummy tails.
Red,
Yeah.
your suggestion, I think that would be cool if it wasn't Minecraft.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah. I mean, Slippery T does it, so. I don't know
What?
you
What?
No!
Can we get Slippery Tea on the podcast?
I want to. I
Dude.
genuinely want to. Slippery T, if
Oh
you're
my-
out there, I will legitimately
I
have you
will
on as
not
a guest.
participate
That would be
then.
so
I would
interesting.
participate in that podcast.
I
so what?
genuinely think there are a lot of very interesting and insightful conversations we could have about the NSFW Minecraft community. It
No.
is such an interesting facet of the animation community, and it's surprisingly large. And there's I don't know, it's so fucking interesting. I legitimately do want to talk to Slippery T, except I have no idea how to get him on. So if any of you audio listeners or visual listeners out there are or have contact with Slippery T, just please DM me. I really
this is
want
some
that to
awesome
happen.
copy pasta
unironically.
material, Red. I appreciate it.
That is really good copy pasta material. That is a
If anyone in the community has contact with Slippery Tea, please, 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 please.
Hey man, I'll do a lot for good content. I put the content first. Anyway, with my rant out of the way,
Red's ace. by
Ev,
the
what
way.
have you been doing over the past week specifically?
Wait, did you ask me?
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
My
I
bad.
did.
I've been doing pretty good. I've been doing a lot of I've been really learning a lot of stuff and improving a lot and just the past month, and I've been doing a lot of This week you know what, I want to show this. I finished I finished a collab part for something that's really silly. Let me find it. I'm talking like super silly. I'm talking like
rambunctious levels of goofiness.
Like Okay.
Profound heights.
When we're talking goofy, are we talking like
Ooh.
goofy?
Shut up!
Oh my god, no! I
I
made it so far.
44
It's never gonna
minutes.
happen. It's
I
never
think this
gonna
beat our
happen.
last record by 1 minute. Let me peep this Opila bird.
it doesn't have the audio.
Aw.
I was really proud of the first shot, and then I just kind of
Oh, yeah, that collab is
sacrificed.
something I was doing last
This
week.
does look so good though. Like
I was-
compared to
I-
like the stuff you've been making like a month or two ago. Like this looks. You've been improving at a fantastic rate.
Yeah, dude, I'm really happy with a lot of the stuff I've been doing recently.
For all you audio listeners out there, it's Opila bird singing. And then he pops up behind Evmations, and then their face explodes.
That, you could have worded that better.
No, I couldn't have. I think that's the most descriptive I could possibly get.
I was really proud of the first shot, but I just kind of sacrificed the rest just in favor of silliness.
Oh, but then there's
You know what? I'm willing to make that trade. Dude, comics is great.
Dude, comic, your entry is looking fantastic.
Do you like the Wreck-It Ralph reference?
I love the Wreck-It
I
Ralph.
love the Wreck-It Ralph reference. I love the shattering through the door as well.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's something.
Has there been anything else, or do you think this concludes your segment?
Other than like Epoch, I think that's like basically it.
Hell yeah. Crown, what you been doing?
Man.
Tell me about that.
Wait, sorry, what was the question again? Oh, yeah, okay, so basically, what I've been doing is I don't think I've done too much this week. I've done, like, a little bit of building. I'm still trying to get, like, a certain project going, which, like, I didn't even know I revealed, so, like, I think I was, like, purposely keeping the name from the podcast, but apparently I literally put the name on a Google form, like, a month ago.
You tried to do that twice, actually. I think I mentioned the name in the first podcast episode, but you didn't realize, and then I said it in the second episode, and then I reminded you of the Google form, and then like in the fourth one, I said it again, and you forgot about the Google form again. So this has happened multiple times.
I forgot I forgot it existed, but yeah, I've been working on Remember Afton recently. I had a call with like Comic a few days
Yeah,
ago
you did.
because
It's
Comic
2 days
is like
ago.
because Comic's much better at like writing and character development than I am. I'm very inexperienced with this stuff, so I need Comic's help for a little bit, and I'm actually pretty happy with like where this is going currently.
Yippee.
Like,
Yeah, I think we got a lot
it's-
done in that call.
We did. We should have another one at some point.
That'd be super crazy.
That'd be super crazy. That would be kind of silly, but yeah, I've
next
just
time
mainly
you have
been
to
working.
invite Red so that he can repeatedly suggest a daughter with leukemia.
Yeah, I could make so many awesome suggestions.
Honestly, I would be so down to have Red and Nicole help with a few things. That'd be awesome.
No, I also would be. I've been having a lot of fun writing for my own series as well, and I think the creative juices are sufficiently flowing. So
Yeah.
I know I'm definitely open.
I've
to,
been
to
doing a
joining
lot
these
of
calls.
writing. I've been working on my own thing. I've been working on. I just helped Crown a bit. I've been giving some people advice, like Red. I've been giving Red some feedback, and then
Yeah.
I've been working
Yeah.
on multiverse. It's not multiverse. It's fractured universes.
Yeah,
I
Comic
need
has
to
been
remind myself.
an absolute huge help, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, Comic's got his slimy little tendrils and everything.
What?
Sorry, my brain did something wild. So Zinth posted the meme in chat. I got in a minor car accident, but the crash flattened my donut that I just bought. And then it was a picture of a flattened donut. And then I saw that, and I was like, I processed that kind of. And then my mind just started saying wild stuff. I don't know what's going on. But what I meant to say is comic is a tremendous influence in a lot of series and is a great help.
How? No. You do not mean to tell you that image influenced what you were going to say that much, Red. There's no way.
I think it just broke my mind because I looked at it and I didn't want to like detract.
So that's what you said?
Well, okay, so here's the best I could explain it, right? I looked at the image, I registered it, but I was trying not to register it because I didn't want my acknowledgement of this image to derail the conversation of the podcast too much. I didn't want to lose my train of thought, but I think I allocated too much energy to not paying attention to that image that I didn't pay attention to anything, and I just started spewing out words.
Okay.
This is cool now, but are we gonna talk about the men or like...
I'm autistic, guys. I don't know if you knew this, but...
Okay.
Oh.
Fair enough.
Anyway,
so
sushi.
no men.
So yeah, let's see. I guess if you're not talking about what I've been doing, which...
Yeah, I think I'm basically done. I will say, like, I don't have, like, too much to talk about, so I'm, like, really excited for stuff to actually get going, so I can talk more in depth with stuff, because right now I generally just have to keep a lot of stuff behind closed doors, so it's a bit hard to talk about stuff in my segments.
Weeks ago.
I know, comic.
But
your first week
was
was literally
horizon.
just to do a college assignment.
No, it's been really, really cool to see the development of both of y'all's projects like slowly creep up more and more. And mine as well. I think we're at a point where we're just on the horizon of things really starting to kick off, which is it's really cool. It's super fun to see that almost happening. But as far as things that I've been working on, what?
I've still got a little ways to go before I can get into the really cool stuff. But
Yeah.
But it's getting there. Like you can definitely see like a line of progress to get there, which is cool. That's awesome. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, things that I've been doing haven't. There hasn't been a whole lot. It's mostly just been the squared media scene that I did recently finished. I obtained the funds from that. Bought Crown Pixel, the channel, not the person. Slavery has been illegal since 1861, and I haven't found a loophole yet. But I bought the channel.
Yeah.
So.
yeah.
But that's pretty much all I've been doing. As far as like,
Hey, Red.
for my own project, not really a whole lot. There have been some times where I've had like some downtime during work, and my default for whenever I have downtime is just to like open up Google Docs. I did end up making like a pretty decent change to one of the scenes that I think is a good change, and I think that would further reiterate my point of like letting things marinate when it comes to writing rather than like banging it out all in one go, because after I reread the script again, I made a few changes that I think help it. So that's why I haven't sent it to you, Comic, or Michael, is because I did make a significant change, bigger than I was anticipating.
Okay.
But I haven't had that much time to really sit down and write that. But now with that scene out of the way, with my purchase of Crown Pixel now being official, I feel like I can hop back on that horse and get things going. Over the next, so that's really what I've been up to. It hasn't been a whole lot, I guess. Who wants to kick us off for things for the next week? I was gonna go first, but typically I go last.
Go first, Comic. Why don't you?
All right, fine. All right, so, I would love to, first of all, I want to have a pretty good idea for a bunch of the designs. And along those lines, I want to finish 2 skins. I want to finish 2 skins by the end of next week.
Nice. Quantifiable goal. That's good.
I think that's a pretty solid and reasonable expectation.
Yeah, I think that's a really good goal too, because when I try to come up with goals, like I think it's important for them to be quantifiable, like measurable in a sense, because if you like put a goal down, for example, like get better at lighting or something, like how do you know when you've achieved that?
Yeah.
Right. Like how can you measure progress? Like how far are you into getting better at lighting? So, good goal, epic goal.
I spent like a solid minute laughing at that image. But I also Crap, I completely forget what I was gonna say now. I've been distracted by the Plants vs. Zombies image.
We're about to talk about your future
Twitter
participation in the
detriment.
next war.
That's so true. Twitter is a detriment to the productivity of this podcast.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
We're never inviting you back on it, by the way, just because of this.
Damn.
You've ruined your chances for a reappearance.
You know, unless you...
Okay, that's cool and all, but hear me out.
Shut up, dude. For all you
No,
audio
let F-
listeners out
let
there,
F
I've
cook.
just posted an image of a hot dog connected to a outlet via USB power brick.
What the
I
heck?
wonder if that has the
All
same
right, Zen,
effects
what have
as
you been
Viagra.
doing?
Wait,
What are
I
you
didn't.
doing?
I'm not
What do you
done with
wanna
my
do?
goals. I said one thing and then forgot what I
Well,
was
now
saying.
you don't get to talk anymore.
No, you can go ahead if you remembered it.
Okay,
I'll allow
I
it.
just remembered it. I also want to. I want to set up I want to actually set up, streaming, on my computer so that I can, I want to set up all the silly Twitch stuff follow notifications and stuff like that. I want to have actually pleasing to look at UI, not just my desktop.
Mm-hmm.
So
And,
I
on
want
screen video elements.
Yeah, I want to do all that. I want to figure all that out for my for streaming, and along those lines, I also want to animate a little loop for before the stream starts,
Nice.
so people have something to look at that's not a super old render that looks super gross, which I will show you guys now if you are.
I'm incredibly interested.
Let's see it.
While we wait for
Yeah,
that to
let's-
be sent, everyone's opinions on Ban 3?
Oh, inspiring.
Beautiful game.
Oh, I
Very
still
inspiring.
I need to finish it still.
Incredible.
Yeah, this
I
looks
watched
like
Danger
shit.
play it. Is that supposed to be you?
And that was my skin at one point.
Bro, dude, your hair be looking dirty,
I
dog.
know, it looks
You
like
look
mac
you've been
and
rolling
cheese.
around in the
He went
mud
from-
pit.
He went from dirty blonde to blonde. At least it's somewhat of an improvement.
I mean, yeah, he's working on bettering himself. That's good. Has your segment concluded, Mr. Cyrus?
Yes, I'm done.
Awesome.
Your what?
Zinth,
Eh.
what do you want to do over the next week?
Okay, I have a few things I want to do. First and most importantly, I wanna finally get the money to get Complete 14, which is I'm not gonna go on about it. Music library, it has plugins, instruments. It's awesome. Anyway, they kind of have a sale right now, so I can get it for half I usually would. And that's awesome. But anyway,
My
once I do
offer is
that-
still up to help.
no.
Okay.
Anyway, once I do get that, I'm gonna finally actually start working on my first song with vocals, and I am terrified. I'm confident with myself. I'm extremely
offer's still
confident with
open.
my. Okay,
What's
I'll
your
say-
offer?
Okay, so my offer is Zinth is he's a little bit nervous to publicize his first song with vocals, a little bit self-conscious, right? So I suggested that we collab, and I purposefully make my vocals terrible. I do not try at all. So and Zinth will try. Zinth will put real actual effort into his performance. So my theory is that people will listen to this collab and they'll be like, wow, that red guy, his vocals are ass. He really does not have any talent whatsoever. But that Zinth guy, not so bad. That ain't too bad. And then you'll look good in comparison to me.
I don't know. It would
That's
make
a
me
complete-
feel. It'd make me feel way better about writing and publicizing a song if the other person I was making it with put actual effort into it. I still really want to make a song with you, Red. That would be crazy.
Yeah,
Hey, Jen, on those notes, my offer is also still open.
What's your
I
offer?
just realized
My
while
offer is
Red was-
also still open.
What? You don't have one.
while Red was speaking,
Not
I
that you
remembered
know
that
of.
I literally said I would also be down to do that. So
I'm
I-
making an
except
offer
without
now.
the terrible part.
Okay, good. I was about to mention that, but That would be really cool. I wanna start making music with people. I wanna make a song with Michael Langley. We've wanted to make a song.
Ooh,
for like
shout out
ages,
Langley,
and we
by the
never
way.
did.
Shout out Langley.
That would be crazy.
What a great day
Dude,
for Langley.
Langley
3
collab
shout
would be
outs
wild.
in one episode.
I
Langley is
think for the
living.
past 2 episodes we forgot to shout out him.
Yeah.
So we gotta make up.
Well,
Sorry,
well,
Langley,
that
by the
works.
way.
We got 1 for this episode and 2 for the previous 2.
Right, yeah, we're back on track, just like the
Yeah.
Geometry Dash.
Okay,
level.
no more shouting out Langley.
We gotta maintain equilibrium.
Aw.
But anyways, Zenth, you can continue.
Anyway, I'm excited for that. I'm confident with myself. Maybe sometime soon. But anyway, besides that, the more important thing, the thing I'm more excited for, that's a lie. But I'm working on a ton of new designs for my character. I have a ton of new ideas. All of them so far, in my opinion, are gonna be way better than my current design. And I am super excited to finish them all and post them. I don't know how many I'll show to you guys, but I have like 4 or 5 in mind, and I do, it may be a bit ambitious, but I do want to finish them all by the end of the week
Ooh,
I believe in you.
and make something
I have
with all of
great
them.
faith
'Cause
in your abilities.
I do have like one design. I'm not gonna say much about it. I'm not gonna mention many of the designs, but it's like a fairy design.
Ooh.
I think
hold
it would
up.
be really cool. It's like really like puffy clothing. I don't know how to describe it, but I have a cool idea.
I'm really looking
And-
forward to seeing it. Your character designs have been going bananas recently.
Thank you.
Wow.
I am also I'm taking a lot of inspiration from like characters from shows I really like. 2 in specific being Anne from Amphibia and the Collector from the Owl House, because those are 2 of like my favorite character designs. But that's all.
And Pinterest.
Yeah, and Pinterest, but like
Pinterest is hard.
Pinterest does so cool. Shout out Pinterest.
Shout out Pinterest, by the way.
Shout out Pinterest. Shout out
Yeah.
by the way.
No.
Shut up, dude. I was
stop.
hoping you would do that. Okay, well.
Has that
I'll have
also
to
been
censor
every
that, I
episode?
suppose. Anyway, yeah, Crown, what do you want to do?
No.
Ev, what do you want to do? So, Ev, you were talking about what you want to do over the next week.
I wanna try and get most of like the outstanding stuff from other people for Epoch, like basically turned in, so I can like, because once that's done, it's like all that's really left in the video is like a just a little bit of animation, and then like lighting and rendering. And I'm not excited for rendering because I still don't know why, but this project in particular has just like the render times for any scene in this project has just been like way more than like even just my last video, and I'm really like I'm
Did
not
you
sure
increase your
why.
resolution or something?
It's not, the resolution's not that different. I will say it is higher, but it's not like to the amount where it's like the render times should be what they are.
Okay,
It's
because I remember
like-
when I went from 1080 to 4K, my render times increased a lot.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I did 4K for my last video and this current one, but this one is still like the render times are still a lot higher, and I'm not sure why. I have to look into like figuring out how to optimize scenes. But yeah, once I do that, I think the only other thing is I want to try like I want to try thinking of I've been trying to brainstorm like what I could do for like a solo project like after I'm done with this video, because I think I really just want to focus on like a small solo project that's just like an original thing, just because I haven't been able to do that in like a while, because I've just been so focused on these like music videos and stuff. I want to test out the waters with like writing and stuff.
So when you say a solo project, you mean like everything is done yourself? Like you're receiving no outside help?
I don't want to commit to that.
No, I'm
Because
asking because it's like I want to know if it's like if you want it to be like a demonstration of like where you're at currently with your skill, or
yeah. I have been wanting to build up my portfolio, because when I have like I feel like when I have like these music videos, it's never like I can release something and it won't really be indicative of my skill, because it's such a long-term project that like by the time it's done, it's like my skill has improved like quite a bit since starting it, and so it doesn't really like reflect what I can currently do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yeah, I just think having like something like somewhat long, just to try doing something like by myself for the first time in like a good while, I think would be fun.
Yeah, I can see that.
You should animate the entire Owl House ending, just the entire episode by yourself.
He's so based.
2 weeks.
Crown, do you have do you have anything that you particularly want to accomplish over the coming 7 days?
I really kind of just want to get head started on like the voice acting field, and also just finish up some more building stuff, and especially do some more calls with probably you and Comic about the writing process, because I just want to just nail some more stuff down before I write future episodes, because I feel like just writing them now, some stuff might be undercooked, so I just want to get like a good grasp of everything before I go ahead and continue, basically. But that really just my goals are just to get a better understanding of this world I want to create. And that's mainly it, really.
Nice, yeah. Short, simple, and straight to the point. So, Evmations, if you could tell every single person in the world one thing, what would it be?
Man, Abraham Lincoln was a bitch.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us for week 6 of the CTRL+S podcast. We hope you really enjoyed. Just as another reiteration, just in case you missed it, all of the images that we talked about will be linked in the description in an Imgur album. So if you want to check out like visually what we've all been working on, if you were unable to during the video edition, which is exclusive to YouTube and Spotify, then definitely check that out. I'm going to try to put episodes out every Saturday at 10 AM CST. I missed the mark last time because I ended up editing the episode super late, and then I ran into a silly issue. So hopefully that's not going to happen, because I'm going to have to edit 2 episodes this week. So
Hang on, Red. What's Ev's address again? I don't have it down.
Oh yeah, it's
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. But yeah, huge thanks again to Ev for joining us.
Yeah.
You're working on some really interesting stuff. I'm super excited to see what you make in the future. You can follow Ev's socials in the description. Same with all of us, and you can follow the podcast for regular updates at CTRL+S Podcast on YouTube and Twitter. But I think that is all for now. Hope to catch you in the next episode. Peace.
Peace.
You can end your recordings.
Okay, I'll do that.
No, I will not end my recording.